to the entertainer talking sports.
What is going on, football fans? Back at it with another New York Giants video as the New York Giants head coaching search continues today on Black Monday, and we're getting more and more word of which guys they're going to bring in to interview. Now, I'm just reporting the news. This guy would not be my number one choice, would not be my number two choice, would not be my number three choice. Kris Richard, however, has had a lot of success in the league, and he comes from a defensive background, something that a lot of New York Giants fans have been clamoring for quite some time. I think a lot of Giants fans want a defensive-minded head coach, which is why Ron Rivera was a popular potential choice. But Richard is not even a defensive coordinator with the Cowboys. He is the defensive backs coach and the passing game coordinator, or something along those lines. I'll get into the exact title in a second. He is thought of very highly with Dallas. He came in there in 2018, and a lot of people thought he might have been the guy that would potentially replace Jason Garrett as the potential head coach had they stayed in-house, or at least that's what was initially reported. And the fact that the Dallas Cowboys are granting him an interview on Thursday with the New York Giants leads me to believe that they don't intend to keep him there as the head coach. Most Giants fans expect James Bettcher to move on as the defensive coordinator. So my thinking here is this. I don't view Richard as a premier head coaching candidate. I don't think the Giants will either, but maybe they view him as a potential defensive coordinator, and they're bringing him in to interview him for the head coach. Who knows? The guy does have a good defensive background. He is widely credited with the Legion of Boom with the Seattle Seahawks, and he had the number one rated defense in all of football in 2015 when he was the defensive coordinator there. He was then later demoted, I believe, before he took the job with the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know all the details behind that. I'm not a fan of hiring this guy as a head coach, but maybe as a defensive coordinator, he'd bring some energy to the New York Giants. Anything at this point would be better than James Bettcher by most New York Giants fan standards. Not a lot of Giants fans are huge fans of Bettcher, and like I said, Bettcher will be replaced sooner than later. But here is the tweet by Josina Anderson regarding the interview with Kris Richard. I'm told that the Cowboys passing game coordinator / defensive backs coach Kris Richard is scheduled to interview with the Giants for its head coaching vacancy on Thursday, per source. So we're getting more and more word of the guys that could potentially take this job. This is now the third name that has come out. You've had Josh McDaniels, you've had Kris Richard, you have Eric Bieniemy, and of course, all the rumors have leaked about Matt Rule potentially being the New York Giants' number one choice. I've seen a lot of rumors on Twitter. I'm not going to buy into those rumors until they're from a very credible source. Some people said that that they're flying to meet him. I'm not reading into it until it's from a credible source. But Matt Rule is the guy that I want at this point, being that Ron Rivera is basically locked in with the Redskins. But Kris Richard might be an interesting guy to think about as a potential defensive coordinator. If, whoever we bring in as the head coach might like him for that. Like I said, he had a lot of success with the Seahawks in that role. Granted, the Seahawks had a lot of talent. It doesn't hurt when you got the Legion of Boom, but like I said, that's how he got promoted, I believe, to the defensive coordinator because of the success that they had there in that secondary, which is why they probably have him in charge of the Dallas Cowboys secondary, which was thought to be their weakness on defense. Yeah, that's my thoughts on Richard. I'm not a huge fan of him in terms of a head coach. I don't think he's nearly accomplished enough to take this job. Would not be my first, second, or third choice, but he's an interesting prospect for a potential defensive coordinator position. However, the Giants will bring him in on Thursday, and it will be for the head coach position, at least to interview for it. And we'll see if he can impress him. There's been crazy hires before. Hopefully that's not the case, though. I do not want Richard. I'd much rather get a guy like a Matt Rule. But we'll see what happens on Thursday. Just wanted to get a quick video up to let you guys know that Kris Richard and the New York Giants will be talking to each other on Thursday. As always, guys, if you liked what you watched, please subscribe, drop a comment, maybe give me a little thumbs up. Cheers.